old today. Well, a North Texas food blogger is making Disney dreams come true with special dinners inspired by some of the most iconic films. So Katie Rose Watson is the creator of The Rose Table, and she's here to tell us more about what inspired the idea for these Disney dinners. I have to wonder, because I've always been, since I was a little kid, so sort of inspired by and obsessed with Disney. Were you the same way?
Absolutely, absolutely. I grew up on Disney, and I just think if you get Disney, you really get me, and you get The Rose Table, because it's, you know, so fun, so kind of whimsical, doesn't take itself too seriously, but also very inspiring and magical.
Okay, so let's talk about a couple of these dinners and show people what they look like. Beauty and the Beast is one themed dinner that you've done.
Yes.
These are all at your home.
Yes, these are at my phone, so at home. So these are not ticketed events. These are private events that I throw in my home, and then I write about them on my website. So I offer up all of the recipes, the how-tos, so that people at home, my readers, can recreate these parties, which I'm proud to say a lot of people have. That's been really fun to me, to see how these have really inspired people to start entertaining and throw dinner parties, because I think, you know, dinner parties, it's a little bit of an antiquated idea, and I'm trying to make them young and fun.
So just to give people an idea, you can change themes and how different they are. We have Alice in Wonderland as well, and as we look at that, let's talk about the number of views that you have gotten. Almost 1 million, more than 1 million
Over
views?
1 million. Over 1 million on my video series. Alice, I think, has like 430,000. So that's been really exciting to see. This was honestly one of the hardest to plan, because spring in Texas, kind of crazy weather-wise.
You don't know if it's going to rain or we're going to have a windstorm or possible tornadoes, but
very stressful.
It looks like you had a beautiful day for that Alice in Wonderland.
And that's the only one that's in my garden. All the rest are in my dining room, and so you can see how I really change the feeling of my dining room. And again, to inspire people. So even if they don't want to throw a Disney party, or if they're not into Disney, the idea too with these is that if you're not a Disney fan, you just see an elegant dinner party and a great menu. And if you are a Disney fan, you see all those touches.
Or maybe you're a theme of another series of movies and you want to draw inspiration from that, or a television show, right?
I've had a lot of requests for Game of Thrones.
Okay.
So I might consider that for 2019 Game of Thrones dinner party.
Lots of large turkey legs for that, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
And you wear armor?
Goblets.
What do you do?
Part of the fun to me is the planning process. Is kind of visualizing the party in my mind, thinking of, okay, what would be a good recipe? Princess and the Frog, my February dinner party, was one of my favorites. And that took a ton of recipe testing, because I'd never made gumbo in my life. So I basically had to make gumbo like every single week leading up to the party. Because if somebody takes a bite of a recipe, my friends come over and taste test. You've got to come over and taste test for me sometime. Somebody takes a bite and they go, oh, this is good. Then I keep working, because I want to wow.
Are you out sometimes shopping, just going about your daily business, and you see something and you have a light bulb moment and think, oh, look, I could include this in a dinner about?
I must sound like a crazy person when I'm out shopping. So I'm like, oh, this looks so Pirates of the Caribbean to me. Like, you start seeing it everywhere. But with these parties too, I take a lot from my own home, and so that's what I talk about on my website a lot, is how you can sort of take elements that you wouldn't think of together. It suddenly looks like a new theme.
All right, we only have 30 seconds here, and you have a big Cinderella dinner coming. It's going to be the biggest one you've had yet at your house. It's everyone who's come to all of the other themed dinners gathering for this one big event. Give our viewers one thing you're doing at the party that they can do at home.
Ooh, one thing. Okay, lighting is so important. It's a super inexpensive way to transform an entire space. So there's lots of options online and on Amazon. You know, $20 to get an awesome light machine that could help transform your whole home and your whole space. And you can follow along on the road.
So it's getting less expensive to do some of these dinners in terms of this of what's available. And you can get all sorts of tips from Katie Rose Watson on social media at The Rose Table, or you can head to therosetable.com. Boy, a lot to go through, and we hope people are inspired at home. Thank you,
I talk
Katie
so
Rose.
fast.
Nice
Thank you
to
for
see
having me.
You know what? You talk so fast, you get everything in. I love that.
I hope so.
I love that. And we even have time for weather.